Hi, I'm Dorinda. Welcome to my channel, PrimordialDor Tarot. I'm here to do an Aquarius reading today for November 27th to November 30th, 2025. I'm using the Thoth Tarot deck and I'm going to do a Celtic cross. At this time, I'd appreciate it if you could hit the like and subscribe button. It costs you nothing to subscribe and it helps me build this channel and I appreciate it. Thank you. All right, for Aquarius. I'm going to cut the deck. All right. Calling upon the universe. Can I have some messages, please, for Aquarius? What does Aquarius need to hear today? What does Aquarius need to hear today? For Aquarius, please. For Aquarius. For Aquarius. All right, there we go. All right, Aquarius. Bottom of the deck's the overall. Bottom of the deck, we have Major Arcana. We have the Moon card. All right, Aquarius, this is about taking a little bit of a time out. All right, like this little scarab beetle in the ground here. He's hiding in the dirt. He's holding the sun. When that earth gets warm enough, he's going to carry that sun through the forest, and the sun's going to come up and illuminate everything, and the truth will be seen. Just right now, some things are being hidden from you. Okay, Aquarius, you don't see everything that's going on right now. All right, so just know that. All right, Aquarius, your present situation is Major Arcana, the Hanged Man. All right, so both these, taking a time out, both of them right off the bat. All right, Aquarius, this is about taking a time out, releasing resistance, don't be pushing up against things. Take a time out. You see all this water, it's about going with the flow and like not resisting things, just surrender. It's about surrendering and just taking a time out. All right, Aquarius, and you get a new perspective. All right, because there's some things you don't know. Some things are being hidden from you at this time. So you're waiting for that sun to come up, to illuminate, to see some truths that you don't know about. And you need to get a new perspective. So, just don't push up against things. Go with the flow. Wait till that sun comes up and you see some things that are being hidden from you at this time. All right, Aquarius. Your challenge, which isn't a challenge. You have Major Arcana. You have the Fool card. This is 0, all right? Starting a whole new cycle. This is the link that holds the Universe card, number 21, to the Magus, number 1. This is the loop, the in-between time, all right? Creating your new cycle. Choosing what's going to come in your new cycle by your vibration, right? You're going to attract it. So you're creating, you're pulling in all the things that, you want to do in this new cycle. It's all about new growth. He's dressed in green, signifying new growth. Holding a pine cone, signifying the new growth, creating his new reality with that wand. You create your own reality by your vibration. All right, so you attract these things into your life. And by your vibration, you attract all the new things into the new cycle. So this is interesting. It's like you're to take a time out to wait and see some truths that are being hidden from you. And then you start your new cycle, Aquarius. All right, this is interesting. So you're starting all over again with a new perspective. All right. Below position, we have Sun and Gemini, 10 of Swords. All right, so the 10 card indicates that some timeline in your life is over. Something's coming to an end. Could be a job, a love affair, a living situation, right? Something's coming to an end and the new cycle's beginning. All right, Aquarius. And this card is called Ruin in this Thoth deck, okay? So I explain it like It's a tamping down of creativity. You know, maybe you're a musician, an artist, a writer, a photographer. You know, you have some sort of creative talents that you like to do. And due to circumstances, maybe where you live, you know, you're unable to do that right at this time. So, but it's very important to do your creativity. All right, Aquarius, it's important to do that thing. You know, that music or painting or whatever it is for you. All right, because if you just ignore your creativity for years, you know, it's going to show up as a disease in your body. It's very, very much needed that you do your creativity. So that situation's coming to an end and you're going to get a new cycle. All right, so that's beautiful. Past position, which could be yesterday, you have Saturn in Leo, 5 of Wands. In this deck, it's called strife. Okay, so there's some things irritating you. There was, you know, could be just yesterday. And this is people talking. You know, just like the peanut gallery. They're talking behind your back. Nothing serious. Like there's been in the past, which could be yesterday, people just talking, right? So you're moving on to a new cycle, Aquarius, right? You're just leaving them behind. They are in the past position. All right, Aquarius, your future position, you have Moon in Taurus, 6 of Disc, called success. All right, the beautiful 6 card, living in the middle of the tree of life, completely balanced, and you're heading right for success. You're creating your new cycle after you see the truth, and you're heading right for success. All right, Aquarius, and leaving those situations that aren't working for you behind. And the people talk and leaving them behind too. See, they might be jealous because you got success. That's all, they're just talking. All right, Aquarius, your near future position is Venus in Aries, 4 of Wands. All right, this is called completion in this deck. All right, completion, meaning that, you know, you've got a great reputation, you're greatly admired, you've taken one of your skills right to the top. Okay, you're the master. But there's nowhere else to go. It's time to put that to bed and start a new thing. The 0 card, starting all over again. This is something's over. This 10 card indicates something's over. So as you can see here, the ram's head of Aries and the doves of Venus and the flames, nothing goes by this outer ring. You know, because there's nowhere else to go. You're the master of something, but you can't, there's nowhere to go. You've taken it to the top. So it's time to wind that down and take up another challenge. All right? You know, you're totally successful. You're admired. You've done it. It's time to take up something new. That's the 0 card, right? Something new. All right, Aquarius, beautiful. What's in your mind? What are you thinking? Your internal position. You have Venus in Virgo. 9 of Discs. Called gain in this deck. All right, so this is money coming in. That's what this is. 3 discs multiply out to 6 coins, multiplies out to 9, the 369 magical number sequence. And this is, you know, money, wealth, good luck, good fortune. All right, coming into your life. That's what you're thinking about. Well, you got success, right? You got success. You've conquered something else. You were the best at it. Time to start something new, right? The 0 card. You're going to get the money and the success at something new, Aquarius. This is beautiful. Absolutely beautiful. Good luck. All right. What's in your environment? All right, Aquarius, we have Major Arcana. We have the Devil card. You have to think because you can take him several ways. I think there's some people in your environment. You just keep your heads up, Aquarius, because you've had the strife. They're talking behind your back, and you're making a big change here. All right, you know, you're starting with that Fool card. And like I said, there's some things being hidden from you that you don't know yet until that sun comes up and you see the truth. All right, Aquarius. So this is in your environment. So we've already got this card. So I think, you know, there's some people talking behind your back, Aquarius. You know, you're starting something new. You're successful. You got gain. And they're jealous, I think. So just watch your back. There's some people in your environment that aren't on the up and up, okay? They don't want your best. They don't have your best interests at heart at all. All right, Aquarius, in your hopes and fears, you have the Eight of Cups. All right, in this deck, it's called indolence. All right, so the Eight of Cups about walking away from things that you just don't need in your life anymore, Aquarius, right? You're starting out over, right? You're leaving them behind, all right? So this is indolence. That translates to sluggishness, laziness. So maybe you're procrastinating on some job, like cleaning the basement out or something like that, or your closet or something. So it's time to do that now. And it's also about submitting to your circumstances. Like maybe you're in a living situation that's not good for you, whether it's a love situation or not. It's just not working, and, you know, you're procrastinating on getting out of it because it's a lot to do, to have to move and all that, right? You know, but maybe it's time. It's time, right? Like this Ruin card. You know, it's time to, something's over. It's time to get out of what's not serving you. All right, Aquarius? You know, it could be a job that you don't like it. You don't want to go there. You know you're not staying there forever. But it's a hassle, get a new job and all that. But, you know, you're submitting to the circumstance. Maybe it's time to get out of that too, right? Or any living situation that's not working for you. All right, Aquarius, the final card in the outcome of this reading, Saturn in Libra. We have the Three of Swords. All right, so this is the card of heartbreak, betrayal, backstabbing. All right. So you got to get out of whatever, you know, there's people. I'm calling it. There's people around you. I said that already. The strife, the Three of Swords, and the Devil. All right, Aquarius, there's people in your environment, whether it's living situation, whether it's at work. They don't have your best interests at heart. I said to keep a heads up, right? They're talking behind your back, whether this is love or just frenemies, people that you have to live in the same building with, that you don't even know them really, but you know, they're not nice, okay? So you got the Eight of Cups here. You walk away. You got to walk away from things that aren't right in your life. You can't just keep living with them. All right, Aquarius. It's, you know, you've got beautiful cards here. You starting a new cycle. You got success and you've got gain, the lucky card. So look at it this way. You know, get yourself out of that situation and look what's waiting for you, Aquarius. New cycle, success, gain, right? You gotta do something about that. And then you head off to this beautiful stuff here. All right, Aquarius, that's interesting. I like to conclude with one animal spirit card, please, for Aquarius. What does Aquarius need to hear from the animal spirit world? All right. Yeah, get yourself out of that situation, Aquarius. All right. Porcupine spirit. Time for beginner's mind. That means like forget everything you know and just be fresh, like a fresh canvas. We'll read it. This is a good one. They're all good. So, you know, 48. Might want to stick around and listen to this. All right, Aquarius. Are you feeling prickly and defensive lately? Probably because there's people around. And assuming that you will be hurt before you have seen any sign that such a reaction is called for. Perhaps an old sense of guilt and shame is causing you to be cynical and wary when you are meant to be open and curious. Self-protection is a good thing, but you may be protecting yourself from something that will not actually harm you, but instead will bring you abundance, happiness, and love. Remember your innocence, and you will see what you have been overlooking. Porcupine quills are filled with air, allowing the porcupine to float in water. Now is the time to let your innocent nature keep you buoyant. All right. Let those quills keep you buoyant till you get out of that situation. All right, Aquarius. All right, Aquarius, that was a great reading. I hope you enjoyed it. I did, and I'll catch you next time.